is only war.
What is up, gents? World top 40k player and a Recon Marine Keevil, bringing you some battle reports today. Today we're going over against our boy Jack at the new store, Alternate Universes in Philadelphia. The home store just got updated. It's insane. I actually posted a short about it. The store is huge. Hopefully we can fit probably like 60 players, 64 person GT coming up. That's going to be the goal because the store is literally ginormous. So this is going to be playing there. We're playing Grey Knights. We actually finally got to put a good Grey Knight list on the table. We have a couple battle reports coming up with our Grey Boys. I'll go over the list with you guys real quick. We'll go over the guard list that Jack was running. Bullgrins are a thing now in 11th edition, so that should be super fun to practice and test against. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you clicking on the videos. We were #1 Grey Knight play in the world 3 years ago. Super awesome. Love the faction still. They're definitely my boys. We're going to go over a good, it's a Banisher Pally list versus Imperial Guard for 11th edition. And I am playing Disruption. So we were testing out Disruption versus his priority assets. So we were running Disruption, we're testing it out. Everybody knows that Grey Knights can play Purge pretty easily, but we're testing out more of like a kind of our play style with actions and getting all over the table, especially with Grey Knights. That versus priority assets, locate and deny. The goal of this mission is you want to do an action in the center of the terrain, in the central objective, and then once you do that action, you get to pick one of the 5 objective markers and remove that objective marker from the table. By the end of the game, essentially whoever is controlling that objective marker, you get extra points. My goal is to get them off the table as soon as possible. His goal is if he gets them off the table, he gets points. I don't get points for taking them off the table. He does. My goal at the end is just to have one on the table and then control that by the end of the game. So that's the mission. We'll go over it real quick. If you guys are new to the channel, we do have merch down in the description below. There's a new book Keevil just got finished about tabletop gaming for life. So that is going to be hitting Amazon digital copies as well as hardback copies. So go support him, go support the Dirtbag Nation in the description below. But yeah, these are on all the t-shirts down below as well. We'll go over quick sponsors, and then we'll get into the battle report. Guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any of the links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. All right, guys, so let's go over the lists really quick. For the Grey Boys, we are running, like I said, the Banishers and the Paladin Detachment. We are running the Brotherhood Chaplain with a Psychic Celerity. He's the one that has the +1 to charge. So he's a free built-in rerollable charge, so you don't have to spend the CP to reroll it. So you can come down and get an 8-inch charge rerollable out of Deep Strike, which is really good. Then we have a Librarian with Pre-Soul, which I forgot, I think, the entire game. So it's just a free D3 Mortal Wounds 24 inches away. You just have to look at somebody, so you're able to kind of come down, do an action, still do this. It's kind of like Typhus's Mortal Wounds. So it's a free D3 damage, which is awesome. So also he has a really good psychic shooting attack as well, but he's with 4-5 Terminators, so they're able to come down, be lone op 18, still shoot, do mortal wounds and all that stuff. So he's really good. Then we have the Grandmaster on foot, 66 seal, so he gives +1 to the AP on all of their guns. I gave them psi cannons, so you could test out the silencers, because actually silencers are pretty good right now with Grey Knights, especially with 66 seal, because they're able to get AP1 precision, ignore all mods, so you can just kind of like snipe out really easy characters with like 36 shots, hitting on 2s, sustain hits 1. It's actually really scary. But we're testing out the psi cannons this game. We have 2 strike squads, both with a silencer, because I want to do some precisions. We have 2 Razorbacks. Both of them are going to have, one of them is going to have a scout strike in it, so that way on turn 1 they can scout up into position. The other one is going to have interceptor squad in there, because we have 2 units of interceptors. They can't get out, shoot, and get back in anymore, but at least they can get out, do an action, get out, shoot, charge, advance and charge, do whatever you need to do. But it's really, really quick. And if the Razorbacks, which I gave them storm bolters, heavy bolters for the extra shots, and a hunter seeker missile. If they shoot at something, that AP lasts to the end of the turn. So when you get out, shoot, and charge, you're getting extra AP on your AP2 weapons. Then we have the Paladin squad. Looks like I gave them all silencers. So I might have given the Grandmaster a side cannon when maybe I should give him a silencer. Yeah, because we just don't have the points right now. Because we're at like 1995. So let me see if I can get rid of his side cannon and just add a silencer. So that way it's 5, 6 silencer shots. Alright, so silencers. And then silencers. So all the paladins, we have a 10-man paladin brick and a 5-man paladin brick. They all have silencers. So 3 silencers in the 5-man, 5 silencers in the 10-man, and then the Grandmaster has a silencer as well. Then we have the Calidus Assassin, plus the Caluxus Assassin. I still have yet to be good with the Caluxus Assassin. She's brand new, adding to most of the list in 11th edition. Being able to come down 6 inches and force a battle shock within 9 inches in the command phase. Battle shocks are AP -1, really good in 11th edition. I still haven't... I need to run them more. I need to keep testing Caluxus because Caluxus on paper seems really good. And then the Calidus. I'm just using her strictly for a secondary piece, especially with Grey Knights. The Vect isn't as strong now. She definitely should go down in points from being 100 points. But yeah, that's our list, guys. It was really good from what we played it like. Then the guard. Sorry if I don't know the names. I am not a guard player, but he's got the big old John in the back with a big 20-man commando unit with the Bulgrin character commissar that can give orders out within 24 inches. But this guy is the indirect gun. He's got a Rogel Dawn. He's got this thing, which is a flamer shot, but it's a 2-up save. Ask Jack and he'll tell you it's a 2-up save. So he's got the little tank inside this transport because he found out later on that this is a dedicated transport. He has to start somebody in the transport. So this thing counts as like 7 models. So he's starting the little truck in the transport in the Chimera. Big man, 6-man Ulgrim brick, 6-man Ulgrim brick, ponies, Scout Sentinel. He's got fucking the little Lord of the Ring guys. Ratlings, another 2-up save flamer tank over here, and I think he's got the Scions, 5-man unit of Scions in Deep Strike. So that's his list. Yeah, it was a solid guard list. The only thing he would really change is these in the back. This big indirect gun, he probably just add more mortars for the indirect, just more shots. And yeah, this is our deployment. So we're doing, I have to do the action in the center. He has to basically do the action in the center to get rid of the objectives. The objectives are here, 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 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So every time we walk up and do an action on this little center terrain piece, we get to remove one of these objective markers. And at the end of the game, if there's one objective on the table and you control it, for myself, I get extra points. So my goal is to remove these objectives as soon as possible. His goal is to remove them to get points, and then eventually get to that objective by the end of the game. So, starting off, we actually went first in this mission. So these guys scouted forward, and I can't scout within 8 of these guys, so I can't make that sticky turn 1. This thing scouted up right there. It's search and destroy, and then everything else kind of like waited. Going first or Grey Knights, you're basically just trying to set up and wait turn 1, and then that way when they're done their turn 1, you can pick them up and bring them back down. Found out you can't really pick up and bring back down turn 1 anymore, Grey Knights, so that is actually a huge issue. I tried the 30 paladins. It just wasn't my playstyle. I'll probably never run it again unless it's in teams. But you going first with Grey Knights with 30 paladins, you're just fucking sitting there all turn 1. You're basically just slapping the clock over and be like, all right, it's your turn. I can't do anything. So for me, I had a lot more options in this list. I had the 2 strike squads. I had the interceptors here. I had an interceptor in this unit so they can hop out and go do something. I can basically hop out, advance, and charge and try and tie up these tanks, potentially keep them in their deployment zone. And then I could definitely kill these ratlings if needed on turn 1. I had a 5-man librarian, lone op 18 over here, the 10-man paladin brick right here, strikes back here, make it sticky. And then I had the chaplain in reserves. The assassin, I believe, is up here, starting off, just to kind of like screen out this side and do an action if I have cleanse turn 1, and then the Calyxus is in reserves as well. So this is our turn 1. My turn 1, I just run forward, so I run these guys forward as much as possible. I try and get that dense cover for the hidden 12, because if they're behind any part of the dense and they can't see my model fully, I reduce that hidden by 3 inches to get to 12 inches, and that's what we're really going to be playing with a lot in 11th edition, is how fast can I get to hidden 12 to stop my opponent from getting, you know, easy shots on me. 15 is not, it's pretty easy to shoot at, but 12, now you're within threat range, because if you don't kill my entire unit, my unit's then going to be able to move up and get that charge off and kill you instead. These guys move up. I'm putting them there for like an easy overwatch in case anything kind of like runs forward this way. I want to try and move all these guys up. Touch this. Most of them are in the hidden 12 rule, because most of this like dense, so I get that dense cover. And then if he moves out, I'm able to get like try and get a precision shot or shots off in the overwatch, because it's just a bajillion shots with AP1. Then we have this thing hanging back, the Razorback. These guys hung back. These guys got out, and I messed up the order of activation because this is only the second time we played this mission. I should have used my strikes to do the action in the center. Instead, I did the action down here, which you're not allowed to. So we found out turn 2 that the action has to be done on the center objective. So the strikes could have done it on the center, got rid of probably this objective right here, and then if he would have moved up onto the center, the strikes would have went back into reserves. And that's basically what happened, just for a different unit of strikes. So these strikes moved up, didn't really do anything. They kind of just like made this sticky or sat there. These strikes did the action, which I should have done. Again, these strikes doing the action, so that way same thing would have happened. I would have then reacted moved away with mist, because these rattlings get up on the center to do the action, and this is what happened. So the rattlings move up. These guys reacted moved, I believe away, or maybe they just ran away. Oh yeah, so that's what happened. So these guys reacted moved away, the strikes here. These guys got picked up at the end of my turn, but he basically moved up, got to touch here, shot some of the strikes, didn't really kill anything. They're all hidden and behind this cover, so he can't see me. This tank 2-up save with the flamer moved up here, wasn't touching the objective. The rattlings, I think 2 of them were touching the objective here. Everything else kind of waited because he didn't want to bring them out, because he knew I was going to come back down on turn 2 and just try and kill something. So the rattlings are doing their job. They're moving up, doing the action. He got rid of this objective marker right here. I got rid of this one, but then I think I put it back because I did the action wrong. But it would have been this one. I'll probably do this one next, and then he'll do like this one next. That's like just the idea. And then we're probably going to be fighting over the center. That essentially would be the goal of his thing, because for me, I don't want to get the objectives on his side of the table, because I have to control it at the end of the game. So he moves up this guy in the little cover here. This guy scooches up. Vehicle, I think, stays in there. These guys are there, and then that's the end of my turn. That's the end of his turn 1. My turn 1, I pick up these guys were misted. I picked up the strikes, picked up the paladins, and I believe that's all. Oh, and the assassin. And then we get our secondaries, and then we start deep striking. So these guys deep struck down here. And I was just so cautious because I had so many bad rolls at the last RTT with like a 10-man and the +1 to charge. And I failed, I think, like 15 charges throughout the entire weekend, or out of those 3 games. So it was just very, very bad. I was like, hey, Jack, I am 0 for 15, so it's due. Like, I'm going to make a 8-inch charge with a reroll eventually. So finally, I land these guys down. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out where the fuck they were going. I want to try and keep these guys where they are, because my assassin was all the way in this corner over here, right there. So I needed her to get like in my opponent's territory to do like the 6-inch aura thing. So I needed to get her over there, and this thing was within range to move up and shoot her. So I needed to make this charge to stop this tank from doing that. So luckily, I made the charge. I think I rolled like a 10 or 11 or something. So I charged in all the paladins. This is where he found out that this thing has a 2-up save. I knew it had a 2-up save from Worlds last year because everybody was running these things. It might have been 2 years ago. But these things scare the shit out of me because they're flamers. They shoot in combat. They're 2-up saves. They're just tanky, right? So my AP2 goes to a 4-up save and he makes a ton of saves. So I go in, I charge in. Instead of killing this thing, I put all the damage into this thing instead. Because I'm like, hey, what's the save? He's like 3-up. I'm like, okay, are you sure? And then he looks and he's like, no, it's a 2-up. I'm like, fuck. So then he lets me put all the damage into this one because I think I'd bring it down. So I put all the damage into this one instead because the 3-up save goes to a 5-up save, which obviously is a lot easier to bring it down. So I think 2 guys go into this thing, 4 guys go into that thing, kill that thing, and then the 2 damage takes this guy down to 8 wounds. But I'm tying it up. So these guys now stuck in combat, didn't shoot, so they technically have the hidden. So it can't be shot from like this way, but he's got a Rogel Darn and another battle cannon right in front of me. The Libbies are hiding behind the cover here, which again, I forgot about Pre-Soul because the Libby could have moved up and just done mortal wounds to this guy potentially by running up here and seeing down this angle. It's 24-inch range, which is super far. The other strikes, where did they come out? They were here. I think I killed the Ratlings. So how did these strikes get here? Because the Ratlings were here. I don't think he had a reactive move. And these interceptors there. So I'm not sure. Oh, these strikes are here. All right, so that's probably what happened. These guys, instead of reactive moving, I think I just moved back 6 instead of taking them off the table. So these guys moved back 6 behind the cover here, being within 6 inches of the objective. So on my turn, I just move them forward like this to get onto the objective, and the goal is to shoot the Ratling so that way I can do the action in the center to take away one of the objectives. And that's how they got there, right? So obviously the Ratlings died. They have like a 6-up save. I lined up all of the paladins behind this cover here to try and not get shot by the Rogel Dawn or this battle cannon or any of these ponies out of range. So I put these guys pretty far back, and I shot like 36 shots into the Ratlings to kill the Ratlings with my paladins. The interceptors stayed here. Razorback shot this tank here. This Razorback moved up, shot this tank here. These guys shot the tank here, and I charged into this tank. So I stole this objective. I charged this tank, kept him in its place. So I stole the objective, charged the tank, still have this objective, doing the action in the center, tied up this tank. So now it's his turn. He's now about to bring out all of his guys into combat. But we're just waiting. We're waiting for that to happen so that way I can move up and go do something with the shooting and charging. So ponies come out. He moves out here, and if I don't react to move, he can then just charge me, but he won't be able to do the action. If I do react to move, he can then just use these guys to do the action to get the 4 points. So instead, I decide to get these guys off the table or reactive move, so that way he's forced to do the action to get rid of another point for me. Essentially, he's going to get points, but it removes a marker for me, and I don't have to worry about these guys getting into combat. So it's kind of like I want him to do actions for me, and he wants to do actions to get points. The Bulgrins move up and try and go after the Paladins over here. Tank moves up. This guy stays in combat. Vorgeldor moves up, pokes out here. These guys stay in place. Ogrim move up to try and charge into this vehicle. This guy also stays in place. And that's his turn 2, is just kind of setting up to get a ton of shots to kill these Paladins. So he kills all but the Chaplain. So Chaplain lives over here. I'm too slow to desperate escape anywhere, so I'm stuck in combat right here. I can't move literally anywhere to get outside of 2-inch engagement range, which is crazy difference now. And then these guys, again, do the action here. I rapided this guy. I'm testing out the rapid on this thing, the Caluxus. So that way on my turn, I can just kind of move forward and try and force everybody over here to battle shock. So that was something Dave told me about, where he rapids him, and then on his turn, he runs forward to get into place to get more people into range. And it's in anybody's command phase. So if you rapid in his turn, and then in your turn, you want to like force a command shock, you can, or spend your turn to like move up forward or run forward to get more people into battle shock range. So we're testing that out here. We're getting out here, moving up, and putting all 3 or 4 of these units into forcing a battle shock test. But he does happen to kill this tank, so he kills the tank pretty easily. And now it's my turn to kind of like push forward. So I'm trying to keep him in his deployment zone. My paladins are the MVPs of this game, so I don't shoot them. There's really nothing for their strength 5 weapons to shoot. It's all tanks and Bulgrim. So instead, I'm going to like move up, I advance instead of shooting, spend a CP, advance, and I charge the Bulgrim. So I charge the Bulgrim, I tie up this tank, charge the Bulgrim. I actually leave this tank on like 4 wounds or something with the 2-up save, and then I kill all but 1 Bulgrim. So I don't get the kill on this side, but they're tied up in combat. I didn't shoot, so now I have hidden if I'm touching this objective, but I didn't shoot. So, and I have a reactive move. So if he falls back, I can just leave the table or move these guys back 6 and get the primary. So not shooting a fucking 500-point paladin brick was kind of clever in this situation. Most of the time, you don't want to do that. But in this situation, I'm so far away from his tanks that I have hidden, so he can't shoot me. And if he falls back, I just missed away anyway. So these guys move up, the interceptors. They hopped out of this transport. So they hopped out. They charge into the ponies over here. And then after my consolidate move, this thing has whatever the keyword where the barrel counts as like the model. So I'm able to kind of like consolidate and tag this guy in his place right there. So I move up, pile in, kill everything, and then consolidate 3 inches this way to get this guy into engagement range, while my assassin moves up here to get everybody within 9 inches over here. So Terminators move up. I think they had beacon, so I needed to be outside of my deployment zone. So these guys beacon on this side of the territory. My 1 strike unit came down here to try and make this sticky, so I don't have to worry about this objective anymore. The interceptors went up and came back down back here to screen out the backfield. Same with the assassin. So I had screened out here, assassin here, screened out all there. This guy screens out here, strikes stay here. I put 4 on the objective here to try and do the action. So I do the second action here, and I remove, I believe, this point over here. Yeah, and that's the end of my turn. His turn 3, this is kind of how it ended up. So I final tag this guy, so he's stuck in combat, can't fall back and shoot. Scions come down out here, outside 8 inches. He puts everything into the Terminator brick, kills all but the Librarian. He leaves the 1 guy on 1 and my Apothecary, so I'm still able to res a guy back in my next turn. But I needed them to stay on the table, that way they can complete beacon by living. So that helped out a lot. The Ogren are free up now because he killed my dude. He killed my assassin pretty easily. But I did battle shock the Ogren, battle shock this guy, and the other tank passed his battle shock. So I did happen to battle shock 2 with the assassin. So right now, I kind of have pretty good board control. I'm keeping all of his guys in his deployment zone. The only thing that's withered down are these 2 guys, which they're about to die. The assassin's down here screening out the backfield, doing an action. These guys are still in combat with the tank. I don't have to worry about that for now yet. They're -1 to hit and -1 ballistic skill in that terrain feature, which is pretty cool stacking. And then the strikes are just doing their job just by camping the center and doing the action every single turn. And we're screening out the backfield. So again, using multiple MSUs to screen out still with Grey Knights, using the hidden to our advantage, doing the 1 action that you need to do, and using your big FU Paladin break to clear out 1 side of the table. I really like this list. All right, so after the end of his turn, this Rhino moves up to here. I still have this objective marker, and I believe there's 1 more over here, unless he removed that one. But the Paladin made a guy, moves up, tries to get all of these guys into combat. The Interceptors come down over here. They want to come down, shoot, and then get back 6 inches away from the Ogren. This guy moves up and does the action in the center. Paladins are still fighting fucking this stupid tank who has 1 wound left. And the Ogren, who just doesn't want to die. The other strikes then come down over here outside 8 inches to try and make this sticky. So far I have this one sticky, assassin here, and that's it. He still has a lot left. He still has the battle tank, flamer tank, 1 wound left flamer tank, Rolgadorn, guys in the back, 1 6-man ogre unit, and the scions. Scions, I think, die now, and then now his tanks are tied up in combat. So, did make the charge. He killed 1 with the Overwatch, and I kill the scions and tie these 2 tanks up. I don't want him to get to my objective. So I put 10 OPSEC on the objective back here. Even if he puts both of these guys on the objective, I still control it. These guys still tying this guy up in combat. And I finally killed this tank, and this guy's on 1. But he's stuck. So that kind of helped me out, because if he does fall back, I can just mist forward or mist kind of like sideways, and then I'm going to control this anyway. But yeah, this actually helped me out having 1 guy alive. Mist is a scary drug. When you don't have it, you miss it a lot. All right, so Ogren moving up to the center, does the action. These guys still alive in combat. I have 2 guys left over here. These commando guys come out, the command squad. This is where the paladins are really about to shine. So end of this turn, paladins move up. They shoot physically everything into this unit right here and just murder every single one of them, and actually make the charge into this right here. So move up, shoot, kill all of that, charge in, get to the tank, take it down to 5 wounds on the charge, and this is the end of my turn. This is basically at the end of the game, because there's only 1 objective left on the table, which is in my side of the table. I control it with these 5 guys. That's at the end of my turn, so I get extra points. He has to stay outside of 9 inches because of mist. So if he's outside 9, he needs a 10 on the charge to make it. If he gets within 9, I just back up, right, and get out of the way. So he has physically no way to get to me. So he tries to move up outside 9, tries to make a 10, fails it, rerolls it, fails it. So the Ogre in the center not doing anything. These guys on this objective, I ditched my home field because I don't need it. This one is still sticky. My Libby is the only one alive left here, holding up 2 tanks. And then my 10-man paladin is holding up the Rolgadorn here. So end of the board state. This unit is dead. Everything else is kind of stuck in combat. And that's the final board state. The final score finished up 96 to 40. Primary mission. He took out the relic. He got 4 for doing the action, 4 killing 1, 0, 0, and then 4 on turn 5. So he had 15 out of 45 for primary. Pretty bad primary. And then secondaries, he just wasn't in the position to do secondaries because he was basically in his deployment zone most of the game or tied up in combat for most of the game. So 15 out of 45 for secondary. And then for us, we had 42 out of 45 for secondary. You can see the scores here. We didn't really get anything turn 1. We had a 15 on turn 2, a 10, 10, and then 7 on turn 5. But our primary was legit, only off by 1, and then off by 3 for secondary scores. 11th editions, I think, is so much easier to score if you make a list around scoring like Grey Knights. So there's really nothing I would honestly change about this list. I think it's really good, especially in the current meta. And you want to use your hidden as best as possible, because if you don't need to shoot this like Stormbolter and 1 silencer, don't shoot it. Just use them specifically for actions and getting that hidden rule and making stuff sticky, then going back off into reserves. You only need 1 unit to go to the center to make it to do an action. And then once that unit's in the center, that's mainly going to be your missed target, because your other units that should be in good defensive positions, like the paladins all the way on this side of the table, they're going to survive. They're going to tank a lot of stuff, especially with hidden. And then this unit's going to be my missed target most of the time. Because if I can keep strikes towards the end of the game, strikes late game are so good. 2 OC, sticky, actions, uppy downy, 2 up save, 6/2/2 weapons, like they're really, really good late game. So the Libby, he's kind of there to go off and do actions turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, get some extra mortal wounds going, as well as just be lone up 18 even after he shoots. So again, got to test out the Calexis again. Calidus was really good. But yeah, all in all, it was great. The only thing he would really change is be more aggressive with his Ogrins, more aggressive with his ponies, maybe reserving one of the ponies to rapid ingress them then, as well as these guys in the back. The mortars are definitely going to be traded out for new mortars, and that's kind of his thoughts of this list right now. But yeah, great game. Always fun playing Jack. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments below, what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. We have a lot of specific reports coming out for members. So if you guys are members, thank you for supporting the channel. Wouldn't be doing this without you guys. And Patreons. It goes up on patreon.com first before it hits YouTube. So if you guys want to support the channel, go check out the merch in the description below. Get the new book that Keevil worked his ass off on. It's his first of, I think, a 3-part series of that book. So go check that out. And check out these shirts. They're really cool seeing these guys at GTs. So if you guys want coaching, professional coaching in your corner, head over to Patreon. If you want to become a member or Patreon to get specific stuff that you can't get anywhere else, go support us there, and check out the merch and description book in description below. So guys, appreciate it, good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over, but these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run a Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned if you guys are interested in the Patreon. That'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. basically it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. If we really want to get a bigger studio going, that is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.